You've done your very best. You've tried so hard to get well, and yet you continue to suffer. Maybe some of the things have helped. Maybe you're feeling a little better, but the symptoms are persistent. Probably most of you are at the point of believing that you will need to manage these symptoms or some kind of symptom indefinitely. I know all this because I was there as well. I want to offer you a different option to consider. Perhaps these physical symptoms that you're experiencing have not responded to physical treatments because the answer is not in treating your body. And the answer is in treating your brain and your spirit. As Nicole Sachs says, the problem is not in your head, but the answer is not in your body. You aren't making this up. You are physically suffering and it's having real life impact. And the solution is not in treating your body, but in treating your brain and your nervous system. So here are some questions that turned my life around when I finally asked them of myself, because up until not too long ago, I was still struggling with remnants of what I considered chronic Lyme symptoms, and was starting to spiral back down the path of like going from practitioner to practitioner. And finally I paused and I asked, what if I am already well? What if my body already kicked the virus and co-infections? What if I am not sick? What if my brain has learned the pattern of illness? And what if my symptoms are both a memory and a prediction of what it feels like to be ill? What if I am caught in chronic fight, flight, freeze, and fawn mode? So I think for most of us, this can be a challenging question to ask, potentially off-putting, because it can put us on the defensive. How many times have we been told that we are fine? Meanwhile, we can't eat, think, get out of bed, perform daily tasks, right? So I get it. It's hard to feel what you're feeling in your body and then ask, but what if I'm healthy? It's hard. But what is true is that our bodies are designed to heal. They know what to do with a viral infection. Antibiotics work. Herbal remedies work. They're highly effective and they've been working for thousands of years, right? Many of the treatment modalities and body work things we've tried are brilliant, and they make changes in the physical body. So, then why are we still having symptoms? And most of us, have done all we can for our bodies. But what about our brain and the neural pathways? This is a part of healing that has been overlooked or maybe just not understood until recently. As the brain not only plays a big part in what we experience physically, it is the origin of our physical experiences. Everything we experience comes from our brain. We experience it because the brain sends those signals down. So by helping the neural pathways in the brain unlearn the symptom story, we can fully recover. So I'll say that again, helping the neural pathways in the brain unlearn the symptom story is necessary for full recovery. The reason why most symptoms go from acute to chronic is because the brain has made associations and has created a fast-track response that does not always update automatically once the root cause has healed, be it injury, illness, trauma, emotional trauma, physical trauma. So somewhere in the brain, it is continuing to receive information that there is danger. And that's why the symptoms persist beyond, the acute issue. Where is that danger signal coming from? It's from continuing behavioral and thought patterns that perpetuate the belief that we are not okay. So when we have a symptom of fatigue, when we feel fatigued, when we've gone through Lyme, or we feel like we're still going through Lyme, when we feel fatigued, we're like, that's the Lyme. It's because I'm still sick from Lyme. When somebody else feels fatigued, they're like, it's because I've been really stressed out. I had a long day. I didn't get enough sleep, etc., right? So 2 different stories, same symptom. So when we feel fatigued and we think it's the Lyme, then our brain is like, oh yeah, it's the Lyme. And it continues to send out signals and perpetuates that pattern of, well, what does having Lyme mean? It means we're fatigued. It means we have these pains. It means, this and that, whatever your symptoms are. So the professionals studying all of this neuroplastic syndromes and just the brain science of it, they're in agreement that post-viral syndromes, including chronic Lyme, long COVID, even like chronic mono, these all fit the bill as neuroplastic syndromes. And neuroplastic conditions mean that the cause of the symptoms are no longer rooted in something physically going on, and now they're rooted in brain patterning. And this is amazing news because it means that there's hope for full recovery. I mean, the very meaning of neuroplastic is that the pathways can be changed. So what if you don't have to keep suffering? What if you could actually stop managing and just be rid of these for good? If any of this sparks your interest, I encourage you to look up resources that talk about neuroplastic pain and syndromes and symptoms. It's also referred to as TMS, mind-body syndrome, PPD, which stands for psychophysiologic disorder. There's like all these different acronyms. They all speak to exactly the same thing. The research is growing and more practitioners are finding that addressing the brain instead of the body is freeing their patients from their chronic symptoms. I have so much hope for you. And even now, while your symptoms aren't going anywhere, I know that there's hope for you to live a full life and to be truly free of your symptoms. You don't have to just manage and survive. You can be revived and you can thrive. All right, well, check out my website, likewaterpaincoaching.com. I will list some of these resources in the comments, and take care and keep going and don't lose hope.